it's Brent Webb. You know, even our worst enemies don't talk to us the way that we talk to ourselves. I love to call this voice our bitchy roommate because that's exactly what it is. It's like having a bitchy roommate living rent-free in our head. It feeds on us. It puts us down. It tortures us. It strengthens our insecurities and our doubts. If someday someone would invent a tape recorder that we could attach to our brain to record everything we tell ourselves, we would be blown away. We'd realize just how important it is to stop this negative self-talk. It means pushing back against that obnoxious, bitchy roommate. My personal roommate is incredibly sarcastic. I've spent many years trying to evict this roommate, but I've now managed to relegate him to only occasional guest appearances in my story. All right? So I'm going to tell you how to do it, because when you free yourself from this, everything will change. So today on Life 101, evicting that bitchy roommate. You know, when we start to think that that inner voice is us, all we're hearing is negative things over and over again on repeat, then suddenly we think we're a worthless person incapable of achieving anything. Not only that, but when this voice runs our life, we are not even living in reality. Look, do you have a voice inside your head? Do you have a bitchy roommate? Of course you do. Stop right now. Tell the voice to say hello. That is the voice inside your head. We all have it. It's that inner voice of doom. Stop listening right now and take a listen in your mind. Pause and wait. Don't be scared. It's normal. Maybe you've never ever listened to it before, but it's there. That voice that's constantly chattering, that's constantly narrating your life. In his amazing book, The Untethered Soul, Michael Singer likes to call it the roommate. I like to call it the bitchy roommate. You mean someone's living in my head? That's only people who are in psych wards, right? Well, I hate to say it, but yes, it's there. And don't worry, it's there for everyone. You're not crazy and you're not asylum ready, I hope. Sadly, there's no way to turn it off. It's just there. So how do we break free from this voice? Well, that's a good question. First, we have to realize who this voice even is. Let's take a deeper look into the roommate concept. I mean, most of you have gone to college. You know the idea of a horrendous roommate pairing. You know, people, same thing in the hospital. You might end up with a bad roommate in your hospital room, right? Have you ever stopped to wonder who that roommate is in your head? Or is it talking so much that you've never been able to ponder the question? Is it you? Well, let's take my roommate. It's the guy that comes into my room uninvited, completely ruins my day and puts me in danger. Now, clearly, this guy is not someone I want to be around, and obviously, he's not me. If you can hear your roommate, is it you? No. Well, what does that mean? Of course, it's in my head. Well, but you're hearing it, right? When your friends talk to you, do you think that's you talking? Of course you don't. It sounds ridiculous. You're just observing your friend talking, right? You see the contradiction here? If you can hear the voice, then there's no way it's you, because you're simply observing. This is a neat little mind hack. All right, now stick with me. It's going to make a lot of sense as I break it down. So then who is it? That's the question. Basically, it's just your subconscious mind, something you picked up from your past or things you're picking up from the energy field around you. Think of it like a playlist on your iPhone that's on constant repeat. Yes, you can put it on shuffle, but there are only 5 or 6 songs loaded and they keep playing over and over and over again. Worst yet, all the songs sound like the top hits from a Carpenter's album. Let's go with them, some soft listening, right? Soft rock. Research shows that 70% of the time you are hearing negative feedback. You see where this is going? When we think that this inner voice is us, all we're hearing is negative things over and over again, then suddenly we think we're worthless. We think we're incapable of achieving anything. It sounds like the voice of God booming in your head. It's just your mind. It's just giving you your past. It's bringing up your past and trying to make it twist into the present by what's happened to you before. This voice runs most of our lives. And when it does, like I said, we're not even living in this reality. If you're constantly listening to the chatter, how can you listen to anything in the present moment? It's impossible because your mind is trapped in a different world. You experience it all the time. Think about the last conversation you had with someone. Was there a moment where they drifted off into another world and you could tell they weren't listening anymore? What happened? Well, that little voice started chattering and they got caught up and started listening, immediately detaching from the present moment. So this voice not only makes us think negatively about everything, including ourselves, but it also takes us out of the present moment, which is the only moment that really truly exists. It's the only moment that you can make any lasting change. The past is over. The future hasn't happened yet. In fact, it never will. All we ever have is this moment. So we have to learn to detach. How do we do that? Brent, it's easier said than done, right? Well, I'll give you a couple of ways. First, number one priority, become aware of the voice. Give it a name. Mine's Fred. From this day forward, that's what you're going to call it. All right? Just pick something that seems appropriate, something that you can laugh at. Because when you get to the point where you've created space between you and your thoughts and emotions, it is incredible. You can laugh. You can laugh at yourself. So right now, give it a name. The stranger, the better, but whatever it is, stick to it, all right? And that's what you're going to call it when it starts pulling you in, all right? Next, learn to observe the voice and not associate with it. Imagine you're looking through a telescope. You're doing some sort of research. You're just the observer. You're watching it play out. You're sitting in the theater. You're watching the movie. Oh, Fred, I see you're back. What interesting things are you going to say to me today? And just watch it. This, my friends, is true freedom. It breaks the shackles that chain us, that bind us, that self-imposed prison that we're all in. Because every one of us, at some point or another, we are a slave to our mind. Some people spend their entire life in that bondage. Break the shackles and let yourself free. Opening the latch to the outside world so we can climb out of the sewer and see what's on the other side. Then you can take a walk around and enjoy reality, the real reality, one free of sewage that you truly experience, that you're pouring on yourself. Sounds easy, right? Of course not. But that's why it's such a problem. All right? This should resonate for you because I'm telling you, people spend years and years and years trying to get rid of the voice, and that's just the people who realize it's there. What makes liberation from these voices harder is that so much of the news and information directed at us seems to be determined to reinforce our bitchy roommate and makes us feel that our lives are lacking. We always want something we don't have. We're not thin enough. We're not rich enough. We're not wearing the right sweater. It's all bullshit. We are constantly made to feel like we should be prettier and sexier and more successful, better moms, better husbands, better lovers. It goes on and on and on. We should feel bad because we've fallen short in so many ways from the imagined ideal. That is what advertising is pushing into our heads. We have tummies, not abs. I know the feeling. We are undesirable because we don't always feel like sex objects or whatever, or we're incomplete because we don't have a child, or we don't have a pet, or we don't have something that someone else has and they like to rub that in. Even the very existence of the phrase having it all, no matter how it's debated, is in effect implying that we're somehow not measuring up. Educating that bitchy roommate requires redefining success and what it means to you to have a life that matters. And it's going to be different for each and every one of us. It's according to our own values and beliefs and goals, and not those imposed on us by our friends, family, or society at large. Humor helps in dealing with that constant inner critic. That's why you want to give it a name. Oh, Fred's really on a kick today, right? You can also send yourself a consistent and coherent alternative message. Since my roommate used to feed on my fears and negative emotions, the message that resonated with me the most was the message, the blessings already are. You know, there's so many things that you can say here. Despite so many ordeals, my advanced age and the nobility of my soul make me conclude that all is well. If you want to go all the way back for something out of the distant past, repeat it over and over and over to yourself until you are bathed in calm. This reassurance of yourself changes everything. Just remember, you are not the voice in your head. You are the observer. Create a space between you and the thought. Thoughts are transient. They're energy. They're made to pass through. They're not made to be grabbed onto and pulled inside. We have all of our life force energy trapped, holding down inside of us millions of different hurts and pains and failures of the past. That shit we can let go. And when we do, we get the life force energy back to direct into our lives where it really matters. I hope you enjoyed this video today. I want to thank you for joining me. If you've not joined our Facebook group, what in the world are you waiting for? It's a fantastic community. That's what it is. It's pretty much a family. We are building a family of like-minded people. We're supporting, we're empowering each other. And guess what? In turn, we support and empower ourselves. It's an amazing circle how that works. If you are on a spiritual journey or you're just finding yourself wanting to learn about your awakening, this is the place to do it. So come on the journey. We will show you the way. It's facebook.com/groups/students of self-empowerment. Students of self-empowerment. Come and join us. Take a look. The group's open to the public. You can come and have a look-see before you join. We would love to have you as a member. It is positive. The messages will change everything for you. I promise you that. So check it out. Also, don't forget to visit our website. It's freelifetools.com. And on that site, you'll find our store. We don't talk about it a lot, but we do have a ton of products. There's an ebook for almost everything, and we've got them. If you're looking for a way to support us, that is a great way. Of course, another way is by engagement. Share our posts, like everything, comment, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Anything you can do that gets this message out makes us more and more successful in what we want to do, which is touch as many people as possible with the idea that what you need is inside you. Looking outside of you for anything is never going to work. Confidence, love, all of the things we search for in the outer world only exist inside, and we must grant them to ourselves. So join the Facebook group, subscribe to the YouTube channel, Taylor Webb Television, and make sure you take a look at the website. It is there for you. We're here to go along on that journey. I want to thank you for joining me today. I'll be back tomorrow with a brand new video. I'll close the show today like I do all of them with some advice from the late, great Larry Hagman, the one and only J.R. Ewing on Dallas, my role model as a child. I was warped as a kid. And it goes like this. Don't worry, be happy, and feel good. Yes, I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one.